against Godly. This is going to be the one and the true ultimate test as we try and find a player here which will advance to the grand finals.
We're coming here over to the Demon Island. Both players able to grab a set of gauntlets very quickly into this game. Less than 8 seconds. Both players had weapons. This is definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm not like too familiar with Ra1n, given that like those handful of tournaments, a lot of them were like community put on trials, and this is the first EU trial I've been able to do. So it's very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to get to see more Ra1n as he takes the first stock with the neutral signature. That's like a post. We live in a post-nerf world neutral signature, and he was still able to find a contact with it. Was still able to find a KO with it as well.
There's really only one thing I can very quickly summarize about how Ra1n plays, which is he makes gauntlets look ridiculously easy. I think that is the best way to summarize his gameplay. His sword is also amazing, but the gauntlet is where I think he truly shines personally. I mean, just look at that, able to pick up a read, able to get even more damage. He is somehow, you look away for just a couple of seconds, Godly is in orange. He's built himself a very solid lead here.
Now, one thing that Godly is going to have on his choice of Gauntlet Legend over on the Tesca is a signature kit that like people love to throw out. It's very safe. It's very strong. Ooh. It's like a core part of this legend. Anybody who plays Tesca at like a very high level uses the signatures quite a bit. And that kind of used to be the way people played Val. It's not like her signatures are bad anymore, right? As Ra1n gets a side signature right over the corner with a unique corner interaction. But yeah, people kind of play Tesca in a way like they used to play Val.
Potentially, that would definitely mean that Ra1n would have experience or at least knowledge of what kind of stuff he should be going for in order to beat them. Sidelight grabs the ground, tries to go for the signature. Amazing punish coming out from Ra1n. Staying patient here as he's
Ooh, nice fastball. That was a great fastball from Godly to get below Ra1n. With the bounce off the stage, finds a KO here, but Godly's still a decent amount of damage behind. Like, he's a handful of good reads, but, like, you still have to get that handful of good reads, and he really hasn't been able to do that so far, even though we're just in game 1.
And Ra1n picks up that sword, precisely the weapon you would want in this situation. D-Light Seer comes out, that's almost going to be enough. Sticking to the sword, End-Light coming out. Waiting on this edge guard, he's so patient on that edge. He's not getting greedy, not for one moment.
All he really has to do was sit on that corner and, like, D-Light and In-Light. If Godly gets past him, again, just be careful. Throw out the in-lights if you need your defensive option. It's very quick. It's very safe. And then just look for the KO opportunity. You don't have to force it. Wow, the dodge up to get through the ground pound from Godly. He's back over on the edge. The D-Lights, again, coming out from Ra1n on the corner. Godly's able to get back D-Light recovery, and that's going to be game 1, going the way of Ra1n.
That's a lot of stress. I mean, you mentioned Ra1n not really forcing anything. Godly forced an offstage interaction twice in that last stock. We saw that, I believe, red or orange to white. He was able to almost get it red to orange.
It was very quick. It was very smart gameplay towards the end, and not just because he won. Even if he ended up losing that because Godly like pulled something crazy out on the corner, got an orange KO or a yellow KO or anything like that, maybe a cheeky dunk signature. Ra1n was playing that really smart. The D-Lights right over the corner were very safe. He wasn't over-committing. He wasn't under-committing either. He was committing like just the right amount. I was really impressed with that towards the end.
Godly.
He's okay. He's okay.
Immediately throwing him off stage and going for the second time as well. Godly is just pressuring Ra1n right now, trying to push some buttons, trying to see can he make Ra1n panic, and it looks like he's figuring something out because he's picking up more reads now.
Now, we saw the end of last game was where the sword really shined, whereas probably the first 2/3 to maybe the first 70% of it was mostly gauntlets. Doesn't matter what weapon Ra1n has. Godly already took apart the sword this game, and then right after that, Ra1n picked up the gauntlets. Godly was able to take that as well. Only around 50 damage on this first stock as well. He's still in the yellow, so he's got some room to go. D-Light ground pound, though. Ra1n knows he needs some good damage, so he's going to find it where he can.
D-Light Seer off the side as well, catching the recovery on the way back, but not going to be enough. Seer could have been it, as he would have had almost no options. Goes for the side stick, Godly adapting, probably expecting it. Beautiful, just reaction dodge there.
Just barely got back onto the main stage. You saw the 3 exclamation points come out, like even as he touched down on the main stage. That's a lot of respect that Ra1n was giving to Godly to like basically allow him to come up, even though Godly was in more disadvantaged state. But it's also like it's Ra1n being smart in that moment and being like, okay, I could end up losing my stock here. It could be really risky. I'm just gonna chill out.
Now, what I'm thinking is, I don't know how Ra1n's offstage gameplay is going to square up against Godly. I think Godly saw that, okay, Ra1n is only edge guarding me. He's not going for any offstage play. Maybe he's afraid of offstage, so now he's throwing him offstage super often.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we'll get to see a different stage between these two to see if like maybe adding a longer wall on the side to maybe encourage Ra1n a little bit more to go over there into those offstage engagements and see how Godly and Ra1n kind of fare against one another. Because yeah, you're exactly right. Like Ra1n has mostly been corner guarding, doing the safe options over there, the occasional side signature over the corner, unique to Val. But Godly's been the one who's like, hey brother, I want to fight off stage. We have gauntlets. It's off stage time.
Again, Sair to throw him off, but Ra1n using that recovery super well.
Nice
Sair
Sair.
off the landing as well. On the gauntlets here. Tries to go for the recovery. Super good dodge by Godly there to not get caught in that.
Ooh, there's a little bit of a weight on that. The side light into the recovery.
Able to pick up the Nair into GC end light, just as Godly wasn't even able to pick up a weapon yet. Just guarding that weapon. Waiting to see, again, the edge guard coming out from Ra1n, not wanting to get too greedy.
It's like the first D-Sig that we've seen from Ra1n this entire time. So he's being very conservative with the signatures on this legend.
Holding my breath right now, waiting for that signature. It finally comes. It's all just barely not enough to knock out. Throwing away the battle boots. We don't want that. Get off stage.
The higher defensive Val just barely holding on after that signature. Both of them kind of playing the footsie game. Ra1n made the first mistake. Then Godly went for the side light. No true options outside of it, so Ra1n was able to dodge. Dodging away from that signature as well. No major follow-up. There's the side sig, and it's enough.
What an option to use. Just following, dashing forward, running a little bit, and then using that side signature. That is not something you would expect in a situation like that. Super nice option used by Ra1n. Oh man, I'm giggling. I'm straight up giggling. This matchup is insane. This is so good.
Yeah, we all of a sudden, Ra1n is staring at a 2-0 over Godly right now. Going into this, we were like, yeah, the biggest upset potential is like Ra1n and Godly. But like, you know, when I was saying that, it was in the back of my mind, it was like, yeah, the potential's there. But like, let's be real, it's Godly. All of a sudden, he's looking absolutely beatable in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's going to be super difficult for Godly to get back. But with the legend swap, potentially he has some tricks up his sleeve as we go into what is match point for Ra1n here with a 3-0 potential.
Yup. He could solidify his victory here over Godly as like one of the biggest upsets of the day. The only bigger potential upset would be like beating Godly in grand finals. So really it's just the point at the bracket that we're in is the only thing keeping this from being like the largest potential upset. Great spot dodge there. It was a small punish afterwards, nothing huge, but he had the punish, he had the timing, and like Godly's in yellow, so it's not like he could punish with a big signature. Goes for a ground pound the other direction, but pulls out of it quickly so he doesn't overcommit.
Yeah, we saw the commitment there, as you mentioned, doesn't want to overcommit. Yet again, not getting too greedy, but we saw some offstage ideas coming out from Ra1n there. Godly, though, sticking to these battle boots now. Ra1n just actually throwing him around with this unarmed. Godly coming back, though.
You can see Godly using the active input on the side air to like chase after his opponent rather than the one that releases a little bit more force and you want to use in like a KO opportunity. But since Ra1n was fresh, he just wants to chase after him, stick to him, continue chasing.
Double side light comes out to catch that second landing. Neutral signature is going to finish the stock though, and Ra1n is going to be sticking to those gauntlets. This is getting it closer and closer. Throws him off stage. Catches the landing all the way up as well. Weapon throw to try and get an even larger combo started, but Godly is able to throw him off stage. Weapon throw connects as well.
I thought
this
that
is
little
such high octane gameplay. Signature connects
too.
too.
On the bottom. D-like ground pound. There we go. There is the KO from Godly. He now has a solid lead. But this is kind of like the lead that I think we saw previously. Oh, no. Yeah, this was the deficit, actually, that I think we saw previously in Game 2 or Game 1. I can't remember which, where Godly was like 100 damage behind. And now he's more than 100 damage ahead. Almost a full stock in the lead here. That side air from Ra1n, but Godly almost to the red. That neutral signature did turn him red.
I don't know, dude. There's something about Godly. There's something about how he's moving around the stage right now. He has a different kind of confidence. GC's signature is going to catch him off guard, though. Oh, the D-Light could have been devastating, but able to get back still. And Godly at this point, maybe just one attack away. True combo, GC D-Light recovery, and that's going to be stock.
And all of a sudden, a little bit of momentum has shifted. We've seen sets go like this before, where you have like the
So many times.
long-time history player that we know a lot about. We've seen tournament winner goes up against like more or less a player who could potentially upset them. They go down 0-2. We wonder, is this going to be the upset? Is this going to be the fall of our legend, our deity? And then all of a sudden, game 3 goes the way of the storied player. Then all of a sudden, it seems like game 4 and game 5 are quick to follow. So there's real potential that Godly just sucks all the momentum out of this room, and all of a sudden it's in his favor.
How many times did we see Blaze in 2v2 go to game 5 and just reverse 3-0 people? Almost every single tournament. Not every single tournament, but almost every single tournament. There's something about the best players in the region, how they protect their throne. The second placer always gets so close, but then it comes swinging back around. Ra1n might be able to break the curse. Of course, it's 2-1, and the dream is so alive.
Oh, Ra1n almost tried to read the jump up with that sider. That would have been huge. But Godly went down to the ground. Just wanted to maintain that stage control as best as he could. There's the sider, bouncing Ra1n off the stage. Backing up just a little bit. The spot dodge comes out. Neither player committing to anything huge. There's another side air from Ra1n. Exactly like the first one that missed. And he finds the first stock.
No options there. I thought Godly got a touch on the stage there somewhere, but it looks like I was mistaken. Godly able to get back up though. Ra1n opting to go for a weapon starve rather than that edge guard, and it is proven to be very successful so far. Weapon guarding now as well. Godly's down in orange. He's gotten such a good lead.
Ooh, does get the quick recovery KO off the top. I wasn't sure if that was going to be high enough, but he ended up making it and grabbing the KO and bringing himself back into this one. There is a weapon spawn here. Ra1n's going to open up with unarmed D-Light into the ground pound. Even an unarmed side light. Didn't immediately tunnel vision and sprint over, making a beeline to that weapon. He just kind of waited for a moment. Felt like he had enough of a read on Godly's movement. There's a side air setting it up. There's the dodge. And the immediate GC side light. Beautiful follow-up. He got the dodge and the side light was there. So Godly wouldn't be able to like have time to figure out what move he wants to throw out, given that he's in weapon advantage. Is he going to throw his weapon to interrupt Ra1n's momentum? Like, by the time all of that thought process could happen, he's already getting GC side-lighted and it's over.
Full stock lead barely now for Ra1n, but just as I say that, I mean, Godly he's been putting out a lot of chip damage. Make that a read as well. Ra1n has barely been able to hit Godly so far. D-Light there, finally able to connect. D-Sig as well, getting that damage in. As if Godly is able to pick up this knockout, this is going to be a nail biter.
If Ra1n can find just a little bit more extra credit, he's going to put himself in a really good spot. He wasn't able to. The gauntlet recovery from Godly was able to KO off the top. He's going to take away the boots from the field, go back over to the gauntlets. Obviously his weapon of choice in this entire fight.
Nair GC and Light coming out. Ra1n taking Godly down into orange. Looking for the side light, but going to take 2 side lights in return. Nair Sair not going to be working either. Sair throws him off stage. Weapon throw.
That's dodge.
Swapping over to the sword. D-Light would have been phenomenal. I was waiting for the signature. The NC comes out, but Godly punishes it. Weapon throw, so close, but it's not going to work. Side sig would have been it.
I can't believe Ra1n actually just straight went to the main platform instead of touching like the bottom side of the wall first. The side sig not enough to KO.
Sword Sair, another one. Trying to catch the landing here. Sair, he's been using that so many times. D-Light recovery, and that's it. 3-1 on the board. Ra1n is in grands.
Great punish from Ra1n there right at the end. I don't know if that's the direction Godly meant to throw that attack or not. It could have been a misinput. It could have been a read. That's a tough spot to end your winner's bracket run.
Wow.